Assalamualaikum and salam sejahtera. Okay, so uh, in this video, I'm going to brief you regarding the subject of construction economics CMA653. Okay, it's an introduction slide. Okay, introduction to the subject. So in this video, I'm going to explain to you what is the subject all about. So how we're going to conduct the class, what we're going to learn throughout the semester, and how you're going to be assessed regarding the subject. Okay, so before we go further, as you are aware, there is no more Faculty of Architecture, Planning and Surveying. Okay, starting from 1st October 2022, we have changed the name to College of Built Environment. Alright, so for the time being, we are still maintaining the name of Center of Studies for Construction. Okay, whereby there is no more Faculty of Architecture, Planning and Surveying. So now we are using College of Built Environment. So I hope you're aware, because when you do your assignment and so on, so you don't need to put Faculty of Architecture, Planning and Surveying anymore. Okay. So before we go in detail, this is your lecturer, which is myself. Okay, I'm going to teach you this subject for the whole semester. I'm the only one to teach this group. Okay, for CMA653. So here is a little bit background of myself. Okay, so I'm a UiTM product. I did my diploma in building UiTM Shah Alam, and also bachelor in construction management honors, and also in UiTM Shah Alam. And then after that, I did my master in building science at National University of Singapore, and also PhD in sustainable construction in the University of Queensland in Brisbane, Australia. Alright, so I'm also currently being appointed as coordinator program of AP776, which is the master program, okay, master in integrated construction project management. Okay, for those who are planning to further your master later on, after you finish your degree, you can come and see me. Alright, so again, as I mentioned earlier, so this is what we're going to do today, okay, in this video. So I'm going to explain to you what is CMA653 all about, okay, and what is my expectation, okay, for this subject, okay, and finally I'm going to expose to you in terms of the process of teaching and learning. Okay, so starting is for information, starting from this semester, we are going to have a hybrid classes. Okay, whereby there is some class that we are going to have an online class, okay, perhaps using WebEx, or perhaps I'm going to conduct the class using UFuture. And then we have also physical class, okay, face-to-face classes. Okay, so I'm going to show you when we're going to have an online class, when we are going to have a face-to-face class. Right, so this is the course description. All right, so what you're going to learn, okay, especially first thing you're going to learn is that the roles and impacts made by the construction sector in the national economy. So in this case, I'm going to expose to you the importance, the roles of construction industry, sorry, especially towards our national economy. Okay, what is the function, the role of our industry, okay, towards our national economy in terms of the GDP, okay, gross domestic product, okay, how important the construction industry, especially towards developing countries like Malaysia. Okay, we are playing a key role in developing our countries. Okay, and we are going to learn also about the economic consideration and also economic factors of building design. Okay, when we talking about designing a building, so what are the factors that we need to consider? Okay, in terms of the shape, the sizes, and so on. So that's all the element, that all the factors will influence the cost of the building design. Okay, so and generally the last part of this course or this subject, we are going to learn about the behavior of firms in terms of how we're going to survive, okay, how we're going to expand our business, okay, how we're going to investigate the stability of our financial capacity in our organization. Okay, so that's the thing that we're going to learn. Okay, and I can say this subject is 40% theory and 60% calculation. Okay, so it's a mix of theory and also calculation for this subject. Okay, so next we are going to have a look on the syllabus. Okay, so here is the syllabus of the subject. Okay, so the first topic of the subject is about introduction to principles of economics. So again, as I mentioned earlier, we are going to learn on what is construction industry and how it impacts the construction, how it impacts the economy of the country, especially in our case Malaysia lah. Alright, so we are going to have an overview of Malaysian construction industry. Okay, what are the problems? Where are we now? Okay, we are going to talk about the characteristic of construction industry, the role, the function, okay, about the Malaysian construction industry towards our national economy. Alright, there are two important aspects of construction industry which we're going to further discuss, okay, which regard to productivity and quality. Productivity and quality, and also innovation in the construction industry. These two aspects are very important, okay, whereby by improving the productivity and quality and also by innovating the construction industry, we can contribute more to the economy. That's the thing that we're going to learn. So how we can improve the productivity and quality in the construction industry, how we can innovate in the construction industry, that's what we're going to discuss. Because these two aspects, productivity and quality and also innovation, are really important towards our national economy. Alright, and then we are going to have a touch a little bit on what is circular economy, okay, in the construction industry. Okay, how we can improvise the way we are conducting or the way we are running the construction project in our construction industry by focusing on circular economy. And the last part of first topic, we are going to discuss about overseas construction opportunity for domestic firm. Okay, this also have a positive impact towards our national economy, okay, whereby when there are more firms that are going to venture abroad, means that they are going to involve in international project, they will bring a positive impact to our national economy. So that's the first part of our the first topic of our subject. The second topic is about national and local government economic policy and the built environment. Okay, here we are going to talk about macro and microeconomics. Okay, so perhaps I believe all of you have a background of diploma in building, if I'm not mistaken, or some of you, maybe some of the group have is from STPM or Matrix. I believe some of you have touched a little bit on this concept of economy, which are macro and micro. So I'm going to recap to you what is macro and micro, and we're going to learn about the multiplier process. Okay, the economic cyclical growth parts, we are going to expose to you how the economics works in any country. Okay, so from the recession to kegawatan economy, how we're going to bounce back, improve the economy, and how the economy can be overheated. Okay, overheated means that it's already peaked. Okay, the peak. So how we're going to cater, how we're going to solve those problems. So we're going to learn what are the economic problems that we are going to face and how we're going to solve it. Okay, so perhaps some of you have heard previously, because I think for the past 2 or 3 years, the economy in our country is quite challenging. And there are a lot of policies announced by the government. Okay, there is time that government will increase the interest rate of the loan. Okay, OPR. If you heard about OPR, okay, there are a lot of bantuan, okay, given by the government, okay, for those who are needed. Okay, so in what part that policies belong to? Okay, because usually the government, when they want to solve the economic problem, they are going to use demand management and also supply side policies or supply management. Okay, in economy, these are two important elements, demand and supply. Okay, so we need to play around with these two. How are we going to control the demand? How are we going to supply? How are we going to control the supply? Okay, so what are the policies we are going to learn about? Fiscal, monetary, and supply side. They have their own policies lah. Okay, so that's what we're going to go through for the topic number 2. Topic number 3 is about economic factors of building design. Okay, as I mentioned earlier, so in this topic number 3, we are going to focus on what are the factors that affecting the design. Okay, when we want to design something, of course there is a factors that will impact economically. For example, like the sizes of the building, the design itself. Okay, a lot of things. Okay, that's the thing that we're going to learn, and how we're going to do the estimating, okay, approximate estimating, okay, anggaran kasar. Okay, before we go to the final cost, we need to have a general idea on how much our design will be cost. Okay, berapa banyak, berapa tinggi nilainya secara kasar before we go into detail lah. So we need to get the general cost, the approximate cost before we can proceed with more serious punya process and so on. Alright, so cost planning and cost control, how we can cater this at the design stage, and also we are going to learn about ECA, okay, elemental cost analysis and cost plan. Alright, topic number 4 is about economic assessment and investment appraisals. Okay, here we are going to learn about the investment that we need to go for, because in certain stage of our business, for example, okay, we need to make a decision. Okay, we need to go for project A or project B. Okay, we have option, we have alternative. Kita ada pilihan. So kita nak tahu which one, project A or project B will bring more profit to our companies. So if we, in that scenario, kita boleh gunakan what we call it as investment appraisal. There are few methods. Okay, there are conventional method, there are discounting techniques that will impact our decision. Okay, whether we want to go for project A or project B. Okay, so same goes to alternative materials. Okay, for example, like we have a lot of option in terms of material. Okay, we can go for concrete, we can go for steel, we can go for timber, for example. So we can carry out the appraisal technique to make the best decision. Okay, itu yang dipanggil economic assessment or investment appraisals. Okay, that's what we're going to learn. Okay, here starting from topic 3 and 4 ni, there are a lot of calculation. Okay, and for topic 5, cost analysis for decision making. Okay, there are 3 types of costs. They have fixed, variable, and mixed. Okay, so you're going to expose what are the difference between these 3 categories of cost: fixed, variable, and mixed. And we are going to learn about break-even cost analysis. Okay, break-even cost analysis in general is about when we can get our capital back. Okay, bila kita nak balik modal. Okay, kita dah invest, for example, we are going to invest 2 million, let's say. Okay, berapa lama masa diperlukan untuk dapat balik 2 million tu. Itu belum masuk profit. So, let's say kita buat calculation dia adalah dia punya formula dan sebagainya. So, let's say after 2 years, we will get back our 2 million. Okay, so in that case, that's what we call it as a break-even cost analysis. And the last topic for this subject is financial analysis. Okay, so financial analysis ni is about we are going to investigate how stable your business is, how stable your organization is. Okay, so if you're familiar with balance sheet, kita ada cash flow kita, okay, kita boleh tunjuk, we can show our profit, berapa banyak kita dapat income dan sebagainya on a piece of paper, on a report. Tapi kita tak tahu, what we don't know is apa yang tersirat. Okay, that's why we are going to apply what we call it as a ratio measures. 4 big categories of ratio: liquidity, asset management, debt management, and profitability ratio. So we are going to investigate apa yang tersirat di sebalik apa yang you laporkan. Okay, dalam you punya balance sheet, dalam you punya cash flow statement, you boleh tunjuk everything is good. Tapi sebenarnya adakah apa yang dipaparkan dalam report tu adakah bagus atau tak? So itu yang kita apply, what we call it as a ratio measures. Okay, adalah dia punya kriteria. Okay, so that's 6 topic that you're going to learn for CMA653. Okay, regarding lecture schedule, alright, regarding lecture schedule, I'm going to brief to you later on. So in terms of method of teaching and learning, okay, this course is taught through blended learning, okay, lecture and tutorials. Okay, as I mentioned earlier, there is a time that you are going to have an online class using WebEx. And ada juga kelas yang kita akan gunakan UFuture. I'm going to utilize UFuture, whereby you have to watch a few videos that I'm going to attach related to certain topics, and we are going to have face-to-face classes later on. Okay, and we have tutorials as well lah. Of course, we have a lot of calculation. Of course, we have to have a tutorial, so that you tutorial in the form of exercises lah. So that you know how to apply the formula and so on. The mode of assessment, this subject is 100% continuous assessment. It means that there is no exam for this subject. However, there are 3 big assessment that you have to fulfill. Okay, the first one is group project. Okay, 30%. Okay, I'm going to explain later. Okay, what type of project that you're going to carry out, and when I'm going to issue the group project. And you have also the individual project, 20%, and finally you are going to have tests, final test 50% in week 14. Okay, usually final test is in week 14 lah. Okay, so all 3 assessment will bring 100% for this subject. Okay, even though it's not examinable subject, but for information, last semester there is still failure. Okay, ada student yang fail juga subjeknya. I think around 3 or 4 students would fail this subject, even though there is no exam for this subject. Okay, so even subject there is no exam, still you can take it serious for all the assessment that being issued to you lah. Right, here's some of the readings that you can later on have a look if you want to get more understanding about the topic. And for yourself, there's some responsibility that I want to emphasize. Okay, the first time, please, about time. Okay, even though it's an online class, if I stated class start at 8, please make sure you join the online session at 8 AM. Okay, so jangan lambat, sebab kadang-kadang kalau dah lambat tu you will miss some important points. Same goes to face-to-face classes later on. Bila kita ada face-to-face class, please make sure be punctual lah. Okay, notes, all the notes will be uploaded in your future. Okay, semua notes saya akan masukkan dalam future. Once ready, I'm going to tell in the group lah. Once the notes ready, you boleh download dalam your future and make sure the notes ready before the class. Okay, jangan time nak kelas baru kelam kabut dan download notes dan sebagainya. Alright, and your responsibility, don't forget to fill in the entrance exit survey. Okay, for the beginning of the semester ni, focusing, you need to fill the entrance survey. Okay, it's already open, I think, during the first week of the class. I think until week 4 kot, dia akan open untuk entrance survey. So untuk entrance survey, make sure you fill accordingly. So maksudnya ada soalan yang berkaitan, dia nak tengok understanding of your understanding on the topic. Of course, at the beginning of semester ni, of course, I believe majority of you masih belum ada idea, masih belum faham lagi apa yang kita akan belajar dan sebagainya. So jawab soalan tu according to your understanding. Kalau tak faham, tak apa. Itu dipanggil entrance survey. So towards the end of the semester nanti, you akan isi pula exit survey. Okay, exit survey, soalan yang sama. So kat situlah kita akan tengok you punya perubahan. Masa entrance survey ni, you tak faham. Dah belajar 14 minggu ni, 14 weeks. At the end of the semester, bila you isi exit survey, soalan yang sama, kita boleh tengok. Adakah selepas you dah belajar, you be exposed to the topic after 14 weeks, kat mana tahap pemahamannya. Okay, adakah you ada perubahan daripada faham daripada tak faham ke faham, ataupun daripada tak faham maybe dapat last little bit. Adalah rank dia 1 to 5 kot punya rank. So jawab accordingly for entrance and exit survey. Alright, so it's very important for us as a lecturer to review the content of the subject lah. Okay. So dia boleh dapat daripada U-Feature. So you boleh klik on U-Feature and respond to the EE survey ni lah. Dia dekat U-Feature tu EES, entrance exit survey. Okay, so from time to time I will remind the group lah untuk make sure everybody answer this entrance and exit survey. Okay. So today's task ada 2 soalan. So please focus on this question and you can respond in WhatsApp group later. Okay, give your own opinion. Tak ada jawapan yang salah, tak ada jawapan yang betul. Jangan takut untuk memberikan pandangan. Okay, so I want to ask your opinion. For the first one is, what do you think about current economic condition in Malaysia? And the second one, what do you think about construction industry? Important of construction industry to help the Malaysian economy. Okay, these 2 questions. So please, based on your own opinion, give your feedback in the WhatsApp group later on. Okay, so that's all for introduction. Alright, so anything regarding the introduction, you can ask me later lah. Alright, for the lecture schedule, I will provide a specific video for that later on. Thank you. Assalamualaikum.